Welcome back, Kickback. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Kickback Crew podcast. Today we have an amazing special guest. We have the amazing, beautiful Priscilla.
Hello.
Yeah,
PKILLAAH.
aka PKILLAAH, right?
PKILLAAH.
Why PKILLAAH? Why the name PKILLAAH?
So
Yeah.
PKILLAAH, it was actually given to me by one of my friends in high school. They just one of them just started calling me PKILLAAH, and
Do
Yeah.
you
from there,
kill peas?
I don't.
your
I don't know.
specialty?
I know. It was just so random how it was given to me.
Mm-hmm.
She just started calling me PKILLAAH, and then other friends started calling me that, and then it just kind of stuck. And then from there, when I created my social media, I was like, oh, I'll just put my nickname on there.
Yeah.
So,
PKILLAAH.
I'm not a killer, What's last time, man?
For people who for people who don't know, we met Priscilla at Sal's IE murder mystery episode. That was the first time we met. We went to Big Bear and we did a cool little murder mystery episode.
Yep,
She
yep.
ended up being the killer. She
Yeah.
killed everybody in a very gruesome
Spoiler
way.
alert. My God.
So
But-
if you wanted to watch it, well, now you know.
Yeah, and now you know she's the killer.
Yeah.
And it was crazy because I called it out from the beginning. When I got there, I was like, it's her. I know it's her.
And
I
thank
feel
God
like-
he got eliminated.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody called it out. We all said Priscilla's acting sus.
And it was my first time meeting everyone. So
Yeah, and
the
it
fact
was
that
the
you
first
guys knew.
time meeting. Yeah.
Cause you were so shy in the beginning. Like you were a little shy, and then once you came out of that room when you got your card, you started getting talkative.
That confidence came out of
Yeah, I
nowhere.
know.
I was
Say
like,
that.
oh.
I'm about to kill all of y'all.
I'm about to
Right.
leave here with $1,000. Nope, I left there with nothing.
Nah.
Bro, I never got my money.
I didn't get my money either.
Ooh,
Sal owes us money.
Mhm.
You know, a lot of people been saying that low key.
What?
Lado said he hasn't got paid yet.
Why?
Damn.
Sal owes us money. I did him a photo shoot yesterday. I didn't get no money either. That's
Damn.
crazy.
I gave him special top, and I didn't get no money.
And by the way, my mashed potatoes were not nasty, okay?
Oh yeah, they were.
I saw
low-key.
your commentary that I called you weird and brought nasty mashed potatoes.
Yeah, she did. Priscilla brought some mashed potatoes. They were not mashed. They were just potatoes.
That's-
Lotto's spaghetti was good.
Yeah,
Lotto
Lotto's
and Adam's
spaghetti.
spaghetti was
It was
good.
pretty bomb,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was
I
good.
It was
liked
like green sauce. I've never had
It was like
that type of-
spicy.
Yeah,
Was it spicy?
Mhm.
a little bit, yeah.
I could make
Oh, it
that.
did a little bit.
Yeah,
Hey,
Jalapenos?
don't stop.
I got you.
Don't compare yourself to them.
Gotcha.
They're better than you.
they're better than you. But how was it meeting everybody? How was your night there?
It was really good. Obviously, I went in there not knowing anybody, and I was a little nervous because, I feel like I was probably going to be the only one that didn't know anybody.
Mhm.
But everyone was really, awesome and really easy to talk to. So, yeah, I left there, really happy
Mhm.
with how the night went. And
Yeah, you left like at 3.
Yeah, you left.
it
like
was
three-
really late, huh?
Yeah.
Well, we started really late. We didn't start, at the original time we were supposed to start.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
that
started.
is
Everybody was supposed to meet there at 6. We didn't start till 10.
And then there was slaughter.
Dang, why?
We
'Cause
didn't start till 10? That's how late it was?
Yeah, we didn't start till 10.
Y'all should have called me up.
I know, huh?
It's
You-
'cause
you
I was
were
like,
already
it's 6
home.
o'clock. I was like,
It's
can't
because we
make
didn't
it.
start because we had our Friendsgiving.
Oh.
Exactly.
We ate first
Yeah,
and then
that's
we
true.
did it because if we didn't eat, we were gonna be grumpy.
Yeah.
And the way the game was going, people were about to get socked out.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then we were at Big Bear. So how I don't know if people know in IE, Big Bear is like a fucking big ass mountain. You just go up and up and up and
Curve,
freaking
curve.
curves, deadly. And you went out
It's like
there like
super dark.
super dark at 3 in the
that
morning
was
coming back
worried
down.
When you said you were leaving, I was like, damn.
Yeah.
It's like 3 a.m. and it's super dark and
Yeah.
misty. How was the drive back there?
In
down.
the beginning, I was a little scared because it was so late, and because when we left, we had been telling scary stories. And
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So I left a little scared when I was driving. I had just the music on. I had the light on from my car for a
Really?
little bit. Yeah.
Really?
Back
Hey,
and shit.
when I would go to a stop, I'd be like, okay, let me hurry up and keep going.
Mhm.
Yeah. But after it was fine.
It
made it
low-key
home
is
safe.
kind of scary up there.
'Cause
Yeah.
it's really dark.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no
Yeah.
type of light. Even in the neighborhood we were staying at, there was no light, no
Yeah.
street light until the end of the block.
I don't know why it's like that up there.
I know.
I've gone
Me either.
at late times and I'm like,
And luckily you got home safe because I don't know if you know, but Rex left too.
Yeah.
I think Rex left before you,
Mhm.
and he texted in the mornings that he crashed.
What?
He didn't crash, but on the way down, he went too close to the mountain, and his window, his rear mirror, hit the rocks.
Oh, that's so,
So he didn't
scary.
crash.
So he did crash, kind of.
Oh my gosh.
And we were like, "We told you should have stayed." He was like, "Nah, I had to go to work." So it was pretty funny.
Oh my god, pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. We're like, "We told you, bro. We told you."
That sucks.
Yeah, but
Well, good thing he was okay though.
yeah,
Yeah, speaking of when we're up there, and the reason why you stayed for a little while is because you were telling us some scary stories.
Yeah, I was.
and our audience, our supporters, we all love to hear scary
guys
stories.
love
And
scary
the one you
stories?
told was pretty creepy.
It was
like,
creepy,
yeah,
bro.
It's crazy. tea.
Let me hear it for the first time.
George
Yeah.
hasn't
First
heard.
time?
George hasn't heard it. George hasn't.
if I
It's
get-
pretty
George-
creepy.
If I get scared, it's a
Yeah.
good story.
All right. Go ahead. Start from the beginning. Give us all the details.
Okay, so
and
here's
everything.
the tea. Okay, so when I lived at my mom's house, I mean, I still do here and there. I'm a eyelash tech,
Yep.
so I do eyelash extensions. So
Yeah.
I don't do them like full time like how I used to before. But sometimes like if my like regulars like they hit me up, I'm like, hey, can you like squeeze me or can you like take me in? I'll still have them come now.
Yeah.
But anyway, so back then I used to do
hold
it
on.
full time.
Before we start, are you good at eyelashes or no?
Oh yeah, doing them. Yeah. putting
Yeah.
eyelash
Do you want to
extensions.
promote yourself, your eyelashes, real quick?
Okay, so if you do want eyelash extensions, I mostly do classes now, so I love to teach. So it's Lashes by PKILLAAH on Instagram. So if you want to learn how to do eyelash extensions, I will teach you that, and I also will teach you how to market yourself, the pricing, how to edit your videos, pictures, all that.
Hey.
That's
So,
mostly what I do now.
If we wanted to
more
do
than
it,
anything.
we could do it.
You can, yeah.
Yeah.
Do guys do eyelashes? or
There
no?
are guys that do eyelashes too.
I think out of all of us,
And
I
teach
could do it.
courses.
Yeah?
I could do it.
But you really have to have like good eyesight for that.
Oh yeah.
Well,
you can
I'm
do
a
it.
barber, so.
Oh, then you'll be good. Yeah.
Perfect.
Good eyesight and a lot of patience because I don't know if you guys know, but we have 3 layers of eyelashes, so top, middle, bottom. So and a lot of people have obviously like some people have like way more lashes, other people don't have that many. So depending on how many lashes you have, will take a while.
There's hybrid, volume. All
Yeah.
Is
that.
it
There you
true?
go, you know.
Is it true that men have better lashes than girls?
Some like I'm looking at yours right now. Look at you, you have a nice.
He
little-
tried to compliment himself. You
I
see
know.
that?
I know, huh?
He even took
That's
off his
why he
glasses.
asked-
Look at that.
Yeah.
He took off his glasses.
Nah.
Picking it up.
Yeah.
And
I feel like I wouldn't be good. I got a lazy eye, so I'd be like, fuck, I don't know what to do.
He'd be like this.
I'm getting like the side eye right here. That's funny.
All right. So wait, what camera do I look at? Like here?
Yes, that's your main camera right
All
there.
right, so I used to do eyelash extensions full time. So this one time I had a new client come in. It was this older lady. She spoke only Spanish, and it was my first time meeting her. So she came in. We talked about what kind of eyelashes she wanted. I gave her classic eyelashes. So I just talked to her briefly, and then I just started like doing her eyelashes. So I normally don't really talk to my clients that much because some people's eyelids like they'll jitter when they talk, so that makes my job harder because then I'll have to like try to catch
Mhm.
the
Okay.
eyelash to put it
Yeah.
on. So whatever, I was doing her eyelashes and it was like nice and quiet, and then all of a sudden she starts talking to me, and this was all in Spanish. Can I do like Spanish here?
Yeah.
So she's like, oh, mija, ¿quién es Armida? So I feel like Armida is not really that much of a common name.
Yeah.
Like I haven't personally met anybody named Armida.
This is the first time I hear a name
Right?
like that.
Yeah.
I've never heard of either.
Yeah, so she asked me like, mija, ¿quién es Armida? And so when she said that, I was like, oh, like the only person that I know with that name is my grandma, mi abuelita, but she had passed away like 9 years ago. Like that's the only person. So then she's like, okay, mija, pues te quiero decir que Armida está aquí. She basically told me that my abuelita was sitting
Presents.
present and sitting there by like her knees, like watching me as she was doing my eyelashes. And then she started telling me that she usually doesn't sleep like facing up. She'll usually sleep on her stomach because she can like talk to those like
People that-
beyond,
Yeah.
like she'll see angels and stuff like that. So usually at night she'll sleep on her stomach because if she sleeps like facing up, that a lot of like spirits or whatever will try to talk to her. And basically she told me like me estaba tratando de concentrar, to try to like like concentrate so I wouldn't really like talk to anybody.
Yeah.
But I guess like my abuelita kept on like trying to talk to her, and that's why she ended up like asking me who that was. And then so after she told me who it was, and she also told me that there was somebody else there, and she described her to me, and it actually turned out to be my mom's mom, Lupita. Well, her name was Lupe, right?
Mm-hmm.
And throughout the whole thing, basically, I guess with her, when she's sleeping, I guess the spirits, they'll like have her traveling. So she was just describing different places to me. Like one of them, she described that one of my abuelitas, which was my mom's mom, took her to this place donde había un arco grande, donde vendían these fruits called ninchas.
Mhm.
And I didn't even know what the heck have you guys had ninchas?
No.
Yeah, well, I still haven't had ninchas.
What is it? Is it like what kind of fruit?
I don't know. It's like a fruit.
Is it sweet? Is it
Don't
like
have it.
I've
in
never-
Spanish.
I
She
think-
don't-
I
she
think it's
hasn't
sweet.
tried it. She
Oh,
just
oh,
said.
I think it's sweet.
okay?
So she was basically describing to me this place, and then she asked me like, "Oh, do you know where that's at?" And I obviously I had no idea, but after like she left, I remember I told my mom about it, and then she told me like, oh my god, like see, esa era la Plaza de Nayarit. I guess where they used to live, across very close to where they used to live in Tepic, Nayarit, there was a Plaza de Nayarit donde había like an arc where it said like, it had like the name of the plaza. And I guess my mom and like her mom and brothers used to go there, and they used to buy those fruits, the ninchas. I guess they would like buy them there. So that was like such a specific thing for her to like tell me that I didn't even know about. And when I told my mom, like she knew exactly
what she was talking about.
Yeah. Wow. And I was telling that last time that I thought it was so crazy that this lady like happened to talk about my grandma that day, because a week prior to this lady coming to my house, I remember I had been crying in my room looking at like photo albums of my grandma, you know, when she was alive. And I remember I was just crying in my room because well, when she was alive, I feel like she was like the candle of the family. Like everyone would always like se juntaban ahí con mi abuelita. And I feel when my grandma passed away, like the family, everyone kind of went into their own groups.
Like they all separated.
Yeah, and everyone just like separated. So nothing was the same after that. So I remember I had just been like thinking about her and just crying, like how I missed her so much. So the fact that this lady came a week later and like told me that my grandma was there was crazy. And then one of the other things that she told me, she was like, ustedes tienen una casa de atrás, like do you guys have like a back house here? Because I see that Armida, she spends like a lot of time like in a back house. And I used to live with my mom, and we had a detached garage that was turned into an ADU, which that's where I lived. So when she told me that, I got like goosebumps, because the fact that she spends like, she told me that she would spend a lot of time in a back house, and that's where I was. So I kind of got goosebumps because of the fact that I was just crying about her, and like just knowing that like
knowing that she saw
that she
you
was
crying.
probably like
she was with you
there
at the ADU.
Yeah, in the ADU. And it was just so crazy, like all the things she was telling me. She had messages for my mom as well, that I ended up telling her. And then she told me just random facts about my grandma. Like one of them, I don't know if you guys remember, she told me that my grandma really enjoyed like drinking café con coca. And I remember when I first heard her say that, when I first heard her say that, I was like, oh, no, manches, like de verdad, like mi abuelita le gustaba tomar café con coca. I was like, oh my god, I didn't know that about my grandma, like cocaine, you know?
Yeah, cocaine.
Yeah. And then I literally thought like, oh my god, I didn't know that side of my grandma. But I remember I told one of my tias from Mexico about this whole experience, and I was like, abuelita, I was like, tía, ¿usted sabía que mi abuelita le gustaba tomar café con coca? And she was like, sí, Priscila, le encantaba ponerle Coca-Cola a su café, like the sweetness of it, so Coca-Cola. And so I didn't even know that random fact of my grandma. So I thought it was so crazy how like this lady like knew stuff about her that I didn't even know. And then I ended up like telling my tia about it, and like she knew about it, you know?
She confirmed for you.
So all these like little things, like I do believe in the afterlife, but after that day it's like, wow, like I really believe about like the afterlife. And then she just told me that she spends a lot of time like with me because of the fact that I was one of her like only grandchildren that didn't live in Mexico. So she was saying that because of the fact that she didn't really get to spend a lot of time with me when she lived in this life, that she spends time with me in the afterlife and just like being around me, you know? So
in your presence.
Do you feel her around you sometimes? Like, do you feel like some type of energy or presence?
Sometimes when I see like, if I see like lights flicker or if I see butterflies, I always just immediately think it's my grandma, that my grandma's there. Yeah,
that's nice.
But mostly butterflies. If I see like butterflies around me, I'm like, oh, my grandma's here.
Do you talk to her?
Sometimes I talk to her out
You're just
loud.
laying down, you're just like, hey, grandma.
No, yeah, there's times where I do. I like talk to her out loud, or like recently I was just thinking about her like this past week because I had like 10 or 11 family members that came from Mexico. So that whole time, like I just felt like my grandma was with me, and like I felt like she was really happy that they came to visit from Mexico, because I have a daughter, so she just turned 1. So I was like really grateful that they were able to like come and like meet her, and I just felt like, oh, my grandma's probably really happy that they're all here like with me.
Like you can feel her like being happy and stuff.
Yeah, but it was pretty crazy that at the end of like me doing her lashes, I literally felt like, fuck, like should I pay her? Like
should I pay her?
Yeah, because I literally felt like I got a whole ass survey for free, you know, like, and that's how I know it was real, because it's like I didn't ask for anything. She just, you know, started
came out
all
with
these
it,
messages.
Wow.
And just one more thing, there's like so many random things, you know, but one of the other things is that my mom had a brother who passed away when he was 23, so he passed away very, very young. He had a heart attack. And so 2 years later, that's when my mom's mom passed away. So it was like back to back, pretty much. And I remember one of the things that that lady said, that it was like a message for my mom, and I remember my mom got like pretty teary and like touch your heart
Emotional.
to hear that. Is that my mom's mom? Obviously, she had to see like her son die, and my mom's mom, she had like a lot of problems. Like she had got into like multiple car accidents, so she had like a really bad back. Like, so yeah, so she suffered a lot in this life, like very painful. But she said, the lady told me that the day that my grandma passed away, that the first person that was there in the hospital to come pick her up was her son Jorge. Like she described that my tío Jorge like was there in the room, and that he grabbed her and like lifted her to take her to heaven with her. And I remember when she told me that, I was like, oh, I could just picture that, like how sweet.
Yeah.
And to basically tell my mom that to not imagine her mom like living how she lived here, that she's like, you know, in heaven, she's healthy, like living, you know,
She's at
without
her
any pain, and that
the
she's
best
really
version of
happy
herself.
Yeah.
because she's like with her son, you know. So it was one of the little things that she told me, and I was like, oh, how like crazy to think that like on her last moments, like her son came to like take her mom
Take
like
her.
to heaven.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
So when I told my mom, and like even me hearing it, I was like, oh, that's crazy, you know.
Yeah, there was a
sounds
movie
beautiful.
like
Wow.
that happened. Well, there was a movie that was called, I think, it was called God Save Me or something like that. It was like a
Oh,
Christian
really?
movie, and it was a little boy. He was like 6, 7 years old, and he was dying. I think he had his appendix or something was bursting, and they had to do like surgery on him right away. And then after the surgery and everything, he told his dad like, "Dad, like I saw your dad."
Oh,
And he was
wow.
like, "Really?" He's like, "My dad's been like, you know, dead for years." He's like, "Yeah, I saw him." He's like, "Well, describe him to him. Describe me how he looked like." And he started describing him how he looked and everything. And then he was like, "Did he look like this?" He pulled out a picture of him. It was like an old picture. He's like,
Yeah.
"No, like everybody in heaven's young. Nobody's old." So he went digging and he found a picture of his dad young, like in his 20s. He's like, "Is this him?" He's like, "Yeah, that's him." And so I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
And I guess in the Bible says when you go to heaven, you're like younger.
The best
Yeah.
version of
Yeah.
yourself. So think about
and
the
I feel
best
that for the
version.
women's like to not picture her how she lived in this life, that she's over there, she's healthy, she's not in any pain. So yeah, it's crazy. And then another last thing, after the service was done, I went to the living room to try to find a picture of both my grandmas, because during that whole time she was describing how my grandmas looked, and it was like pinpoint exactly how they look. Like she's like, una es muy alta, piernas largas, like curly hair, and that was my my abuelita Armida. And then the other one, she's like, hay otra que es muy blanca, pequeñita, el pelo negro, and that was my abuelita Lupita. She was very very small, petite, like lady, you know, very tiny. And yeah, when I showed her the pictures, she pinpointed who was who, and I was like, that's crazy.
Damn.
That happened to E. You know, remember the story that your mom told you? That you described your grandma in the room? You don't remember that?
No, I don't remember.
No?
What?
Recently. You guys weren't yeah.
He said, "I."
Basically what Angel said, you know how the son, he had the emergency and everything?
Mhm.
So basically there was one time where his mom told me that.
What? I don't.
Yeah, your mom
know
told me
this.
this.
I don't know this.
Yeah. So basically that I guess E used to talk to himself a lot when he was younger.
Weirdo.
But we have like imaginary friends.
He was weirdo like that.
And I guess one time how they were looking at photos and that he was there and he was like, I know that lady. And it was their mom's dad's wife that passed away.
Oh wow.
And he wasn't born yet though. So he never knew her or nothing. But out of nowhere he was able to say like, oh, that's my grandma. That's what you said. I remember.
Yeah, I remember now. With my grandpa?
Yeah.
My grandpa's wife?
Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. He was a baby. He was a baby though.
Oh, okay.
And then when he got older, he told us that, oh, that's the lady that used to take care of me at night. And it was my grandpa's wife that she passed away years ago before he was born.
I didn't know.
And that's what they say too. Know that a lot of young children, they're able to like see
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
people.
Yeah.
Dogs, young
The
children.
thing is, I see stuff a lot. Like at
Like till this day,
yeah, to this
like
day.
presents or shadows. Or
Yeah,
actual people.
exactly.
He starts telling you stuff.
Like, I sense something.
There's somebody here with you right now.
There's a dog.
What about a cat?
Snoopy.
The cat just passed away.
Really?
Yeah.
You
You
like-
didn't see my Instagram story?
No, I.
You know what the crazy thing is? That
Nope.
night of the podcast.
Mhm.
So that night was the last. That was the last day I had seen my cat. So when I got home at 3 a.m, usually my cat would be like waiting by the door because he sleeps inside or outside. But I got home at 3 a.m, or around there, no. And I remember I pulled up to my house and I was like, "What the heck? Like my cat's not here. Usually he'll be waiting outside so I could like let him in."
Mhm.
And Yeah, I ended up putting like missing cat signs around the neighborhood during that week.
Oh, you're one of those.
No, yeah, because like my
What you mean one of those?
Angel,
No.
Like, you didn't
Angel,
you wouldn't do that for Chula?
I would have been
Come on,
like,
bro.
oh man.
Nah, dude, my cat's really popular in that neighborhood. Let
Really?
me tell you how popular my cat is. It was the most popular cat in the neighborhood. Like to the point where I would have little kids come knock at my door. If Charlie wasn't outside, they would come knock, like these 3 little kids. And they would knock and they'd be like, "Hi, can Charlie come out and play?" Like he was like a little kid. And I would literally like be like, "Oh, Charlie," and I would let him out. So for some reason, I thought like maybe one of those little kids had my
Took
cat.
at them?
Told their parents that he was homeless and they had my cat, you know. But no, after I put like missing
Find
cat
out.
signs, I got a call and like a text message like the following day from a couple neighbors saying that they had found a deceased orange cat that looked like it had been attacked by a coyote. And they had a picture and they didn't want to send it to me, but I was like, no, please send it because I need to know if it's him. If not, I'm going to keep looking, you know? So when they sent me the picture, it was just like his 2 bottom legs and a tail. And as soon as I saw his tail, because my cat's orange and he has stripes, and as soon as I saw that tail, I was like, oh my God, like my heart dropped and I felt like I was going to faint. Like it was my cat. Like they literally ate my cat. Yeah, it was terrible.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
That's-
Yeah,
that's
I was
a
so
friend.
sad, dude. And they had told me that they had already called like the animal control to pick him up, so he wasn't even there. So that day I still went to kind of like where they told me he was to try to see if I would find his collar, but I couldn't find anything. And then the following day, I got another call from someone else that found like the upper half of my cat.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So then since they found it, I went to where they were and then they like guided me to where he was, and it was just his head and like his arms and nothing else. So they pretty much ate my cat like a fish.
Like in the middle?
Damn,
so sad like that.
that's
But 'cause
traumatizing.
Yeah,
Alright,
no,
I don't want to
because
talk about this no more.
That's
It's
crazy.
off.
you know when you
I'm
eat
sorry.
fish, you don't eat the head, you don't eat
Yeah.
the tail, you eat the good stuff, right?
Yeah.
So literally, that's what they did to my cat Charlie, and I'm just like hoping that he died fast and that he didn't feel like him being chewed up.
I don't think so.
But I ended up picking my cat up and putting him in a bag, and then he's being cremated right now. He should be delivered to me this month or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I felt better after I was
This
able
episode took a turn.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
know.
crazy.
But I
Alright,
felt
guys,
better
it's the end of the episode.
Damn,
Thank you.
that's
to be
crazy.
able to bring him home at least.
Damn,
That's
I bet
good.
he was like, "Where this girl at? It's 3 in the morning. I'm gonna go for a walk." And
And
never
he got
came back.
ate. No, I really feel the day that we got home from the podcast, I feel like that was the day he probably got ate. Because he never came home that night, so I feel like he got ate. And I feel like it was multiple because the bottom half was found in one part and they took him, and the upper half was in a totally different area. So I feel like he probably like chewed him up and they went separate places. And
Was it far from your home?
no, there's actually a park in the neighborhood in the community. So it was, and I always go there with my dogs and my cat. My cat was the type of cat that would go on walks with us throughout the neighborhood, and my neighbors would always be like, "Oh, how did you teach your cat to walk with you?" And that's just how he was. He knew how to walk with us, and he
Damn.
liked it. Yeah,
Dude, I'm
So
so
I
sorry.
guess-
You lost a best friend.
dude, he was awesome. He was a cool ass cat. He was super friendly.
What's his name?
Charlie.
Would you get another one?
Early.
Maybe in like long in the future, but
Yeah.
definitely not right now. Unless like I don't know if you guys believe in that. What is it called? The cat distribution system. Where like,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
the cat
so
distribution. You guys know
unless
about that?
happens
What is
to
that?
me,
It's like when the universe
Brings
gives
you
a
that
cat.
same cat?
No,
Like-
like I said, a cat. So like when a cat comes up to you, you gotta take him in.
Is
It's
is
like
being
that.
delivered?
That's like the universe
Yeah, kinda
delivering
like
you a
that.
cat.
At my grandma's house, there's like 8 cats.
It
For real.
claps.
8 cats right there, my
Dang.
boy.
That's crazy. So I guess the cabin was the only place people were getting murdered.
Angel,
I
shut
know,
up.
Oh
dude,
my
what
god,
else?
Angel.
Angel,
I was
shut
a murder,
up.
and then one of my little.
Can you be
Pets
more
got murdered.
considerate?
That's
know,
crazy.
I
imagine
was like
Chula.
freaking bawling that week. I was so
Imagine,
sad.
no, wait, give me a second. Imagine Chula.
Pobrecita Chula.
Chula would
Chulas
never
are
be
weenie
outside.
dogs.
Aw,
Chulas are
little
weenie
weenie
dogs.
dog.
Just imagine if that happened to Chula. You saw her half, her upper
Damn,
half.
that would be
or something.
sad. But my
Yeah,
dog.
dude, I was crying. I was like, "Oh, my poor Charlie." And that was always my fear of moving over here to the IE because the first week that we moved into the house, there was 2 coyotes in my backyard, and so that was always my fear. Because Charlie, when he lived with my mom, he was used to being outside, you know, because over there in Norwalk, there's like no coyotes. So he was already used to that life. That when we came over here, I tried my hardest not to let him out, but he was already used to it. That he would like fight to get out, and eventually I gave in, and he ended up dying.
man.
How I didn't want him to die.
No, I
Should
would.
have had like a little sliding door.
Yeah.
The ones that they go in.
No.
I mean, I feel like coyote would still gone in.
No, yeah, and I wouldn't because of the fact that there was coyotes in my backyard. in the beginning of us moving in there, I was like, oh, we should put a dog door, that way the dogs can go in and out. But I was like, fuck that, they go out, they get ate, and then I never know. Or the coyote comes inside.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Make a little small one.
I saw a video on TikTok. I don't know where. I think it's in Brazil, where cheetahs like break into people's houses and they kill the dogs or the
I
cats.
seen a video on TikTok. Oh,
Yeah,
terrible,
you seen
terrible,
it?
of that cheetah. Like the dog was like sleeping outside.
It was
By
a
a
big
door,
dog,
right?
too.
By the door.
Oh yeah. Oh my god, it was terrible.
Yeah, he was asleep, and you know dogs have like great sense
Pobrecito.
of danger. That cheetah was
Hearing.
so still,
So
and he
still.
got him.
That's how swift they are, bro.
Yeah.
I would love to be a cheetah.
I saw another one where a cheetah
They're so clean with it.
cheetah jumped over a gate. That fucking tall ass gate. He jumped over like nothing. Grabbed a fucking big ass dog, like a German Shepherd, and then jumped over to like take him out. I was like, fuck, that food's powerful as fuck.
Okay,
To be able to jump.
All right, let's talk
Can we
about
move
this
topics,
change.
bro?
Hey, dude, I know how this took a turn.
So
I'm sorry. Back to the scary story.
How does this come from like scary stories to like the cat being eaten?
Back to the story. Do you still talk to that lady?
I haven't talked to her in a while, but I do have her contact. You know, if anyone here wants to go.
Would you want to like read? Did like you reach out to her?
Yeah.
after?
Oh, I definitely
That
would
was-
like to go back to her. Yeah, I was actually just talking about her 2 days ago because my cousin wanted to connect with her, so I just recently gave
That was
her
that was
number.
gonna be my question. Like, are you interested in like getting more invested into like figuring out like more into like the afterlife and stuff like that?
like
like
from her or
maybe like because there's people like that they get the sense of like of or they get the taste of that feeling of like, oh, maybe there is like afterlife.
Yeah.
Maybe I can get in contact with somebody that I lost, and they do dumb stuff like
Demonic.
the Ouija board.
oh, I wouldn't do bad
And
stuff.
stuff
No,
like
not like
that.
that. No, I don't want to do nothing. Called Diablo. No.
Yeah, because I know like
Ouija board and stuff.
because I know like there's demons out there that manipulate
Yeah.
manipulate you, like they always tell you like they act like a person that you know,
Yeah.
and then they like give you like all these things, and then later on they're like it's a demon, and they're just manipulating you
Yeah.
to
That's
They just tell
scary.
you like everything that like, was of that person that you knew.
Yeah,
yeah.
and that's scary. I think I would like to stick on to the angel side because she
The
reads
angel
like
side.
angel cards and she's
Uh-huh.
like in that good spirit. She doesn't do like that dark magic.
The thing,
This
the,
lady.
I think she's like in her either late 50s or early 60s. Yeah, one of those. Yeah.
I heard that like people like those that if they charge you, they're bad.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't charge you, it just comes from their heart, where the angel's coming down and
Yeah.
telling you what it is.
Like a medium.
Yeah.
That's what they're
Yeah.
called, right?
Well,
That's called medium?
she didn't charge me that day, but she does do services. However, she doesn't
She what's that called? What's that called, Angel?
give me a little promo, a little taste of what she could do.
She did a trade. Like
You said, I'm gonna get this girl real quick. I'm gonna get this girl
No,
real quick.
what's that called? When you send money, like you send your
Donations or what?
Venmo. What's
That
that?
one? So you can cash at me though.
What's that called? Like in real estate, they give you like a
Estimate?
Commission?
She gave you invoice.
invoice. She sent you an invoice. She's like,
Invoice later.
by the way, this is for the session we had. Like, what?
Yeah. But she does do it at her house. However, she doesn't do it that much because she does say that it takes up like a lot of her energy, and she only does like the services like during the day, like before it's dark. She doesn't do anymore. So she
But
only does it daily.
You know
What if
that's
she like passed out on you and she was like, her name is Armina.
I feel like, oh my god, levántese, me tiene que pagar.
Anima money.
I check in her pockets.
You can faint
Señora.
outside my house. Nah, just kidding. Nah, I love her. She's awesome.
The part that really creeped me out that you said when we were at the cabin was that she can't sleep like face forward or she see people like trying to
That's
talk. That's
crazy.
pretty
Yeah, because,
creepy.
like, I guess when you're up, like you allow like spirits to come to you. It's like
Like open door.
yeah.
That's
Pretty
why I'm
much.
always ass
So that's
up.
why she actually.
Angel's always that. I mean,
Sure.
he's always ass up.
I'm always out.
He's always like, come on.
Come on,
I'll
someone
do
do something.
I don't do that, bro. I don't
No, but yeah, that kind of creeped me out because like,
Crazy.
what was that movie Sixth Sense?
Sixth Sense.
Yeah, the one where the little boy sees dead people.
Oh yeah.
And there was a
I remember
scene
that.
where he's asleep and he opens like his eyes and there's like three people like
yeah,
around
there you
him.
go. That's probably how it is.
know. That's my biggest
That must
fear.
be very scary for people that like
Yeah.
have that gift to like not be able to shut it off, and like to acostumbrarse a que
I
there's
wouldn't
always
want
gonna be
that.
spirits watching
Yeah.
you.
And I don't.
Like just imagine. I mean,
Yeah.
doing the dirty or something. You know, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's true.
And like like just people just I'm waiting for you to help me or
They're
something.
like-
Abuelita, your partner's abuelita comes. Hey,
like, what are you doing to my daughter? He's like, what?
she's over here doing the deed, and he's like, hey, your abuelita wanted to tell you this.
He's like, let's stop. I'm sensing energy. And you're just like, what?
I've
We're bad people.
I've had an experience recently
Oh,
in my room.
Really?
Yeah,
Your new room?
in my new room. So
Oh.
me and Angel used to bunk.
Oh,
We used to share a room for like all our lives. Yeah,
all our lives. Since
So
we
like
were born.
room?
Yeah,
so like
we
last week.
we finally got our own rooms last
Is it
week.
because the podcast was in one room?
Yeah.
Oh, so now like that. Okay.
Yeah,
I sacrificed my room.
yeah.
for that
Props to
podcast.
him.
Aw.
When we
Yeah.
first started, I
Nice.
talked to
It
him.
was
like,
worth it, right? So now
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
move on to
definitely.
bigger, better things.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
And I moved in like a week ago.
last
A week ago, I was
Literally
like,
last
so
week.
last week.
This might be like a couple years ago.
I was about to be like a couple weeks ago, but like no, it's been a week. But literally like day 2, I remember I was on my phone at night like this. I was just chilling, watching my phone.
Uh-huh.
And like I told you, like I see stuff a lot. I see a lot of things.
Mhm.
And that night I was just like thinking of like a lot of stuff. And my mind always like thinks about like these like demons. Like demons pop up in my mind.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I sound like an emo kid. Demons pop up in my mind. But like literally like I see like a lot
Yeah,
of like,
Jesus on your chest, my boy. Come on.
I know. dude. I see demons. Oh my God.
Wait, hold on. This is why. Okay. And I'm gonna open my shirt just for this part.
So you know Jesus.
And I remember seeing like a movement next to me,
Like a shadow.
like a shadow, like moving right next to me, like back and forth, and I can tell it was a little girl.
Oh man.
It was a little girl, and I was like, all right. I turned on my phone. I turned on the lights. I was like, I just started rebuking it. I was like, in the name of Jesus, you cannot touch me. God is powerful and stuff like that. And then it stopped, and then I told my parents what happened, and they came up to me like, my dad told me, he's like, I kid you not, that same hour when you're awake, I went to the restroom, and no, he didn't say I went to the restroom. I woke up and I heard somebody in my restroom, like somebody sat
Oh my
down,
God.
yeah,
That's crazy.
like somebody like pulled the toilet seat down,
Oh my gosh.
and I was like, bro, I didn't tell you that,
That
huh?
little girl was.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
I'm not
What
going
the
over no
fuck?
more.
This is why I have a dog in my room.
I know, bro. I was like, he's creeped.
But
out.
that's what they say when you become Christian. A lot of the enemies and the evil spirits try to like come and attack you
That's crazy.
to lose your like
Yeah.
It's
crazy
tough, man. It's
I've
tough.
had,
faith and everything.
experiences también when I've seen like shadows. One was this year recently. It was really short, really brief. You know, sometimes when you have like your fight or flight, I had a fight moment.
Yeah.
Really?
When I woke, I was sleeping right on my side. No, I was sleeping on my side. It was very late at night, and I remember because you know sometimes you can feel like a presence, or you know.
Mm-hmm,
So I was sleeping, and all of a sudden, like I just feel like something's like watching me. So I remember just like opening my eyes, like just like literally just wide open.
Yeah, he's like,
To my side, and I just see like this tall, like it looked like an Indian man, like tall Indian man shadow with like a feather.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm all into
And I
the
remember,
story.
dude, and like my husband was always sleeping next to me, right?
Mhm.
But I remember I saw it, and the first thing I yelled, I was like, ah! Like I yelled. I grabbed the pillow from in between my legs, and I was like, bah! And then my husband was like, what happened? And then like it went away, and I was like, nothing. Like I just saw something, but it's okay. And I went back to sleep. He's like, dude, I can't go to sleep anymore. Like,
Yeah. I
I
would've been
scared
like-
the fuck out of him.
I would have been
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
No, but it was
This
crazy, dude.
weirdo.
It was so
was like the
fast.
voice
I
right
literally
there.
yelled so loud that I woke him up, and it was like my fight or flight moment. I literally, because I sometimes sleep with the pillow between my legs, and I just
I did
grabbed
that
it
too.
and I just threw it at the shadow, and then it just kind of like went away. It went away, and I woke him up, and then when I didn't see it anymore, I was like, "Oh, nothing. Sorry. Like I thought I saw something."
It's okay. Go
And
to
then-
sleep.
and then-
I
and
just
then-
saw
and
an
then-
email.
yeah.
Energy, bro.
And then I went back to sleep, and then and that morning after, he's like, "Dude, I couldn't go back to sleep at night. You fucking scared the shit out
I
of
get
me."
this picture.
I get it. He's like,
get-
ah! Oh, it's nothing. You're just like, what the
I
fuck?
literally went back to sleep. I was like,
Maybe it was
"It's
like-
gone."
Your husband was
Yeah,
like
he
this.
was scared. Yeah, he was scared. He's like, I couldn't go to sleep, dude. You scared the fuck out of me. Like, I literally thought there was somebody there.
Oh, fuck?
And I was
Me
like,
too.
I told you I just saw a shadow, and then like I was able to go back to sleep right away. He's like, yeah, but you scared me. I couldn't. I was like, I'm sorry.
I feel like she's the type to be like, guys, I sense bad energy. Someone's gonna kill us and murder us in our sleep. But we'll be fine though. And I'd be like, what the
Don't
fuck?
Sleep it off.
Like she'd be saying she'd scare us.
Yeah.
And it's
He's
just
gonna be
like,
my face after and be like,
you're just like, what the fuck?
yeah, but it was crazy.
okay,
So vivid.
let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on from the scary stuff. Cause
Right.
now I'm like, at the doors open. I'm gonna see someone like just pop their
Oh.
head out or
Hey,
something.
look, I don't even want to use your restroom now because ¿qué pasa si me pasa algo allá?
Oh yeah,
Look
and then
at
there's
it.
sensors. So
The
they might turn
sensors,
off.
I que se apaguen la luz. Oh heck no.
Mm-mm.
It happens.
But we noticed you have something besides the nails. You have no nails on your hand. We noticed
look
the
at this
ring. We noticed the ring on your finger.
Yeah.
How long you been married?
I've been married. We've been married for 2 years now.
How's the married life for you?
It's good. Especially now that we like have a daughter. It's pretty awesome. Like, you know, we both like created like
Yeah, people I
Yeah.
created.
people I created, like a little human being, and it's awesome. I love it.
Did you get married before having your daughter or after?
No, before. Yeah,
Before?
before. Yeah, we were engaged for like I think like a year or two, and then we had our wedding, and then after our wedding, we ended up I ended up getting pregnant. Like I forgot how many months after.
Like it got straight to it, huh? You're like,
Not, well, I mean, we
it's
were
not
trying,
waste
but like, we
time.
were not trying. You know, like
Yeah.
it just happened. And, you know.
How long were you guys together?
How long have we been? Okay, how long have we been together? We've been together like 6 years, 6 or 7 years now. Yeah, and then what was the other question?
How old are you?
Oh, I'm 30.
Damn.
30? Yes. Damn. Shut the fuck up. Shit, I'm 30 and I'm lucky to be 30 because some people don't even make it to my age, you know?
No, that's true. Amen.
Yeah. Amen, you know?
Amen.
I feel weird when I ask a girl how old is she.
Really?
Yeah, I feel
Aw.
rude. Like,
No, I don't think it's rude. Well, I know some people don't like to share their age, but honestly, I feel like it's a privilege to turn another year older because obviously we're all born and we're all gonna die one day. Sadly, you know,
Yeah.
we're all gonna die.
You look. I swear you don't look like.
I know. I thought you were like 26, 27.
Oh, thank you.
You know what's funny? What I learned in real estate. In real estate, you don't ask a girl who works in real estate how old they are.
Really?
You don't
Why
ask them
not?
that because they get really offended.
You should not ask a girl at all.
I mean, I still.
Yeah.
That's how
Well, I
old
don't
are you,
mind
bro?
it, you know. I feel like it's a privilege to
Mm-hmm.
grow old.
So how did you meet your husband?
How did I meet my husband?
Mm-hmm.
I met him through my mom actually. Whenever my mom would have like company parties or something like that, I would always like be her +1. So I happened to be her +1 for like this no, it was not a Christmas party. It was a picnic party at a park. So I went with her and then I went to go say hi to like everybody there, and I happened to sit down at the table he was in, and he was a +1 to one of my mom's coworkers. So I just kind of mingled and I talked to everybody, and before I left, I literally asked for everyone's Instagrams. Like, oh, I'll add you guys on Instagram. But I see no.
That was a little trick. You know what you're
No,
doing.
no,
Fine.
not even. I'm really friendly like that. Like, if I meet people, like, I'm always like, oh, let me add you on Instagram, you know? So that's what I did. I'm like, here's my phone. Just add your guys' Instagrams. And then from there, like, he slid into my DMs. And then still, I know, right? But I still didn't think anything of it. Like, I was freshly out of a relationship, like, 3 or 4 months. So I was, like, not trying to, like, be in another relationship. Yeah. So whatever. So he slid in my DMs. And then he ended up replying to one of my stories. I was at a birthday party and I had like chocolate cake, and he's like, oh, I love chocolate cake. I'm like, oh, I'll save you a slice. So I told him I was gonna take a slice for him, like to my house, right? But I was gonna eat the chocolate slice. Like, I didn't really think he was gonna come, you know, because he lived pretty far from me. He lived like an hour away. So he ended
You went
up
an hour away for a chocolate slice.
Yes. No, dude.
Damn.
Okay, so then
I would never personally.
Me, I would have been like, I'll just go buy one.
That's why you're not married and shit.
Stater Brothers is not that far from your house.
Yeah.
I know.
I mean, we
it's
should
not.
Yeah,
take
that's a
taking notes.
funny
He's married,
story.
like,
I know.
Yeah, so then he actually ended up coming the day after work. He ended up coming to like get his chocolate slice, right?
You already
And
ate that shit up, huh?
I hadn't ate it, but I was
Oh.
gonna eat it because I didn't think he was gonna come. But he did end up coming, and I remember we were in my backyard, and I had a little table back there, and I had my little dogs, and one of my dogs was super traviesa. Her name was Panchita. She's
Panchita.
Panchita. Yeah, she was a little climber. She would climb on everything. So he was sitting in the backyard, and we had the chocolate cake on the table. And then I was like, oh, do you want like a glass of milk or something? And he was like, yes. I'm like, okay, let me go get it for you. But then he's like, oh, I'll just come with you. I was like, okay. So we went inside to grab the glass of milk. And then as we were coming outside, my dog, Panchita, she climbed up the chair and put her 2 paws on the table. Dude, she was halfway done with the chocolate slice of cake.
Yeah. She's like, that
She
shit
didn't pass
was
away?
good, bro.
She passed away, but not from that.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was about to say, that
I
explains
know
a lot.
dogs can't eat chocolate.
So we came out. I was holding the glass of milk, and then I just see my dog like already like halfway done with it, and I was like, Panchita, and I was like, do you still want the milk? He didn't
was
want the
like-
milk.
He was like, I'll just go home.
Yeah.
I drove an hour for no cake.
chocolate
I
cake.
know, dude. He didn't even get to
He
eat
didn't
the
even
slice
go
of
for the
cake.
chocolate.
He went for
Ah.
something else. He was
Yeah, but nah, he
looking
didn't
for
get it.
marriage.
I'm
No,
looking
but yeah.
for
So
marriage.
anyway, so that happened, and then we went on a couple dates, and after that, I kind of started catching feelings a little bit, but like I said, I was like fresh out of a relationship, so I really did not want to get back in another relationship.
Were you scared?
I just didn't want to be in another relationship. I feel like I wasn't ready. So when I felt that I was like kind of like I liked him, I was like, oh no, I don't want to feel like this.
You
Like I don't want to like anyone.
defensive.
You start pulling yourself
So
back
I
on.
blocked his number without telling him why or nothing. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, super
you're
bad,
one of
yeah.
those.
You're one of those.
Wow.
Yeah,
I hate those
so sad.
girls.
And then 2 months
Put my money and my
later-
time into you, and then you just block me.
Yeah, I know, dude. Yeah, so bad. And then I found out like years later that like he actually cried and all the stuff like that.
He
You know?
cried.
Yeah,
That's
'cause I
fucked
mean,
up.
now I feel like damn, that's fucked up of me to do. You know, didn't even tell him like why.
Imagine what he went through mentally.
Well, he was like, "What the fuck did I do?"
He's probably like,
didn't do
I'm
anything.
gross. I'm gross.
Yeah. No, but he wasn't. No. And then 2 months later, again, I was the +1 to my mom's like Christmas party this time. And then he happened to be there that time too. So then I went up to him that day and I was like, you know what? We're here again. The universe has aligned us.
It was the coworkers.
He
It
was
was
probably-
your mom's work. What
And he could have
universe?
not been there. So then I was like, let me go talk to him. And then I went to approach him.
Did he confront you? Like, get away from me? or
No,
anything?
not even. No,
I would have been like, shoot.
That would have been
No,
like,
you wouldn't, Angel.
I would have been like,
You would have been
I
like,
miss
come
you.
here.
why'd you do this to me?
Yeah, no. So I approached him, and then we started talking, and I felt like that little chemistry again, right? So then, but he had a little wall up now because of like how I like blocked him. So I was like, you know what? Let me go. We should hang out again. And he was like, I'll let you know.
Sure.
Valid.
Yeah. So I was like, I'll let you know. I was
Ain't
like,
shit.
Look
Yeah.
at him now,
Shit.
married.
Yeah, look at him. He's like,
We lost a
see.
soldier.
yeah. So then I was like, we should hang out again. And he was kind of like, well, I'll see, like maybe. And I was
Wait,
like, what are you doing
before,
tomorrow?
Before you keep going, like when you said like we should hang out, he was like, we'll see. Did that make you want to like hang out with him more? Because he was kind of rejecting you a little bit.
Playing hard
It
again.
always happen like that. Once a guy rejects a
Yeah,
girl,
that happened
he
to me
wants some more.
sometimes in high school, and I'd be like, I don't want you. Like, get away from me.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, I want you more. I'd be like, nah, bro.
Oh my God, it's all about you, huh?
I
Angel?
know.
But anyway,
yeah.
I was just curious because the way you were like, you know,
Yeah.
saying it,
When he said we'll see, I kind of understood in a way because I know like he probably felt like, no, what the heck, like bro, you blocked me, you know. But I was like really like stern with him. I was like, we should hang out tomorrow. Like, what are you doing tomorrow? And I'm like, do you want to go to San Diego? Because I was gonna go to San Diego with like my best friend and her boyfriend back then. To like they're gonna do a photo shoot, so I was gonna be like the third wheel. So I was like, you want to go to San Diego with me? And he was like, oh, I'll let you know. I'm like, okay, well I need to know by like 10 p.m. tonight if you're down or not, you know. So then I text him like at 9:30. I was like, so are you down or not? And he's like, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah.
Not even hours.
He folded. He was
folded.
Yeah, I was like, so you're gonna go or not? Like, cause you're not, then so I can know to like
Yeah.
leave early. And yeah, he ended up going, and then from there, that's it. There.
Yeah.
You know what
It
they
went off.
say? My biggest quote:
What is it?
when you're not seeking love, love seeks you.
Right? Damn, that's
Yeah.
what happened.
Yeah.
Like, I
Were
didn't
you
want a
were you hoping him
relationship.
to go? You were like, I hope he goes. I hope he goes. Or you were just like,
I was just like, a ver si va, si no, pues it's not meant to be, you know. And yeah, he
But
did.
you still had that plan in your heart, like if it's not meant to be.
Yeah, I was like, you know, but I invited him because like when we did talk that night, I felt like the chemistry again. Like I felt like just like the chemistry. Yeah, like,
butterfly.
Your heart was
you know?
bumping.
I was like, I guess in this time I was like, I'm just gonna like let it go. Like I'm just gonna go with the flow.
Go with
You
it.
know, I already tried to like stop it once, but we're here again, and I feel that little same feeling. So I was like, I'm just gonna see like how it goes, and now we're married. We have a
Family.
daughter, a family, all that.
Did you ever think that was gonna happen?
No,
like-
hey, but you know, he always tells me like here and there. He's like, you remember when you didn't want me? I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Damn.
You too.
I would have been
That's
bragging
what
about
you
that
want
too.
me?
They will use it all the time.
I would have been bragging. I'd be like, remember you didn't want me. Now look at you.
Yeah, I know.
I
Look
would've
at you.
been
You have my
asleep.
daughter.
I would have been asleep. I'm like, you didn't like me at first, but now we're married.
Damn, that's good.
Yeah.
How did he propose to you? Was it big or was it simple?
It was during the COVID time.
Nice.
But it was actually at my mom's house. It was my cousin's birthday, and the family hadn't got together in a long time because like COVID, and so that was gonna be one of the only times that we were gonna get together at my house. So I guess he had like spoke to my mom if he could do it like during like his birthday, and it was just like a comida there, so it's not like a party, like the whole thing. And then he talked to my cousin, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like do it." So yeah, it was there. I didn't expect it at all. It was like super random. But yeah, me trajo el ramote grandote, you know, with the flowers, and then they had put like rose petals like in the backyard, and yeah, and it's funny because like I still didn't get to him. He walked in with my cousin's a guy, you know, he was turning 40, and I remember when he walked in with the bouquet of roses, I was like, you got roses for my cousin? Literally. And then when he like went in his knee, I was like, oh shit, it's for me, you know.
He's like, oh
And
my
then
God.
yeah, he asked me to marry him, and I was like, yes, you know.
Did you
How's
cry?
that feeling?
No, I didn't cry.
What?
No, I didn't cry. I was just
What?
like,
So shocked.
yeah, I was
Maybe?
shocked and just like giggly.
Did you guys get like a photographer to record it all or no?
Why I either like the family, like my mom and my
Your
tíos,
mom
like
and
they just
dad?
recorded with their iPhones, and then his friend had like a nice like Sony camera, so he took like cute little pictures of us after. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
and that's
cute.
it.
Did you ever thought you guys were gonna get married? Like
You know what?
throughout your relationship?
Yes, you know what? He was I actually told my mom when we actually started dating after like I was like after the whole San Diego thing, and I knew that we were dating. He was the only guy that I ever went up to my mom and told my mom like, okay, mommy, just to let you know, I'm gonna marry this guy. Yeah, I said it. Like this is gonna be the last guy you see because I'm gonna marry him. Like I just had like we had really good
Damn.
chemistry that I was like that he's the only person that I've ever told my mom like, by the way, mom, I'm gonna marry this guy. Like I already knew.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we just get along so well.
What did your mom say? Like, we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, there she did see. Yeah,
You're like, I told you.
yeah, and I'm like, I think it's so crazy though. Like, dude, I met my husband because of my mom. Like, pretty much, you know.
Wow.
Yeah.
that's
Crazy,
true.
huh?
Your mom was like, you're welcome.
And then
The
I
good
like,
thing is that like your mom and his mom get along.
yeah,
right?
they
Or-
do. Yeah, and both of them have December birthdays. So my mom's birthday is December 5th, and then my suegra's is December 21st. So like this
Ooh,
Thursday.
it's coming up.
Mhm.
Ayy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
this
so-
Thursday.
Wow. I'm like, I think about marriage all the time. I'm like, damn, am I ever gonna get married?
Yeah,
I think George is gonna get married next.
Yeah.
George
Yeah,
is the
I'll get
next one to get
I've
married.
been with my girlfriend for too long.
He's
How
never
long have
too
you been with
long.
her?
I've been for like 8 years.
Oh damn! That's practically a marriage
Yeah.
already. Do you
So-
guys live together?
No, we used to, but then
Okay.
we separated.
Oh, okay, okay.
And I ended up living with my dad, and
Oh,
but we
nice.
got back together, and it's like
Oh.
I prefer the Christian life, like be separated
And then
until
married and
we get married. Then we'll live
Oh,
together.
Okay, that's
How-
good too.
How long were you with your boyfriend or now husband before you guys got married? Like before you engaged?
We were together. I think it was like 3 years.
3
It
years?
was barely 3 years, and then we got engaged.
Oh, okay.
So like 3 years.
I remember you telling us about the wedding. The wedding was a movie, huh?
It was a movie, man.
Tell us a little
Well,
bit about the wedding.
First of all, okay, so I planned this wedding like within like 2.5 months, dude. It was so stressful.
What?
Okay, so we had recently got the house that we live in now, you know? So I was going to kind of postpone the wedding to like a later date, but that's when but I had initially told my family, like when we first got engaged, like, oh, we're going to get married like during this month, this year, you know? Not thinking that they were even going to like buy tickets yet, you know?
Mhm.
So when they called me saying like, oh, ya compramos los boletos para tu wedding, girl, I hadn't even like planned anything. But I was so excited that they were going to come to be a part of the wedding, you know, that I was like, okay, we're going to get married still like this day, you know? But we had a brand new house, so I was like, that's the last thing on my mind because we were like still like, you know,
Moving in,
settling
and all
in and
that.
stuff like that. But I was like, fuck it, we can still make it happen. Like, luckily my tios have like a really big ranch in Paris, so I have like a bunch of land. So I got like a big like industrial tent, and they did it like made it so beautiful. But what ended up happening that day, they always say like no wedding's gonna be perfect. Something's always gonna happen.
That's what I'm scared of. A lot of
Yeah.
people have said it.
Something's always gonna happen, and I was like, okay, maybe something happens, right? But I didn't think that this was gonna happen. Out of everything that could have gone wrong, dude, the food, the main thing, the food never showed up. And the food vendors, they were the only vendors that I paid in full ahead of time because they wanted their payment in full. And that vendor happened to be one of my mom's coworkers. So I was like, okay, I didn't mind paying her because I was like, you work with my mom, like it's
Trustworthy.
fine, I'll give you your money, yeah. But out of everything, dude, the food never showed up. And I remember that lady, she was supposed to be there at 5, and then it was like 7 o'clock. And then people were like, oh, when's the food coming? And obviously I was getting married, so I didn't even have like a recollection of what time it was even because I was just like trying to be in the moment. And then when I saw it was 7 and I was like, what the heck, dude, she's still not here. She just kept like telling me excuses. She just kind of said like, oh, her brother didn't wake up on time, so they were behind on cooking. But then 8 o'clock came around, she was still nowhere to be seen. She basically kept on lying about like the time she was going to get there, to the point where it was already like 9 y nada. She ended up like not coming at all. So what ended up happening is that people from the party, like they left, and pretty much like everyone in the tables, some people brought tamales, some people brought like Burger King, McDonald's. I had like a day of coordinator that day, so they went to grab like 100 boxes of Little Caesars pizza. So there was like different food all around. So everyone had a great time because obviously since nobody got to eat, everyone got fucked up. Like we had like the open bar. Yeah, we had the open bar, and then I love like the bartenders we had because they had like this little shot system, so they would go to tables and like make everyone take like shots. So everyone started being like super pedo and stuff like that. So everyone had a great time, but obviously me, I was like stressing out and I was pissed because I had paid for it, you know.
How much did you pay?
For this catering, like I think it was like 5 to 6, something like that, 4 to 6, something. like that.
$100?
No, 1,000.
Damn, what the
Yeah,
fuck?
well, because it's a lot of.
And
like,
you paid
people
that
to-
shit in full? I would have been like, oh.
Yeah, she was the only
fuck.
vendor that I paid in full.
So what happened to the lady? Like, did you ask for your money back or?
Yeah. Did I get it? No, but Karma's a bitch, so I'm sure
Did you
she's
get your
paying for
money
it.
back?
No, she only gave me $500 back. $500 back.
What?
That's it. And you know what's crazy, dude? I feel like she probably did me dirty and other people dirty because, like I said, she worked with my mom. She ended up quitting her job. She ended up moving out of the address she lived in because when I checked, she wasn't there anymore, and she like moved somewhere far. So I feel like she pretty much was running away from probably
Her problem.
scamming other people. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but honestly, I was like, you know what? Money comes and goes, and I really believe in karma. And
I could find her for you.
uh,
For real, I really can.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can't talk about
Yeah,
it.
eh?
Dude.
Nah.
You
Quién
can't?
sabe? You know what?
Just know
I
I
don't
know
even remember
people.
how her face looks. That's how much like I didn't even like.
Damn.
Yeah.
How'd you?
But it was crazy. I remember I was really pissed off for a long time, and I remember for some time, every time I thought about my wedding, I just thought about that moment, how she like ruined my wedding. But like it was still a great time. It was a beautiful wedding. It's just like, dude, how are you gonna do someone like that? Like, dude, it's not a birthday party. It's not like, okay, we'll do it again next year. Like, no, dude, it's a fucking wedding. Like,
Yeah,
no.
you get paid $6,000.
Yeah, to like feed people, and it was paid for, and I feel like she never even made the food, because, dude, if you're paid to do that much food, like, how are you not gonna bring it even if it's late? Bring the food. What are you gonna do with so much food? You know.
Yeah,
so I feel like she didn't even make it.
What was she supposed to bring anyways?
It was.
What was the agreement of the food?
I think it was a couple different things. I know some people were gonna get chicken, others filet mignon with like vegetables and like mashed potatoes, and like a salad.
You think pozole is bad for a wedding?
Nah, fuck that, dude. If I could do it all over again, I'd probably have a
Homemade
taquero
pozole
or something. You know? Yeah, something easier. Yeah.
Dope. Everyone had like Burger King and like little.
Yeah, everyone still had a great time. Everyone was sharing food. Like I ended up eating like a tamale, fucking chicken nuggets and pizza.
Cool.
Like everyone was just sharing food, and everyone had like a great time. They were like, "Dude, your wedding was so much fun." I'm like, "Sorry, the food didn't come." Like, it's cool too. We all had like, we were sharing food. Like, so it was nice to see that people like went out and like grabbed food, and everyone
complained about it.
No, everyone was sharing. Everyone had a great time.
Oh, that's cool.
I did have like a snack table with like chips and like candies and stuff like that, which I was like, oh, people are probably even gonna eat it. Well, that shit would, like, everyone
that shit
ate
was
it.
gone.
And you know what's funny too? I initially did not want a real wedding cake, because I was like, siempre I hear that weddings, the cake is always left over. So I was going to get like a styrofoam cake. Thank God we got a real cake, because the cake se terminó todo, you know? So yeah, thank God. Imagine they're like,
there's no
"Can we eat the cake?"
Yeah.
Yeah, but thank God, at least the cake se lo comieron todo. Yeah.
What kind of cake was it?
It was red velvet with cream cheese, and then it was 3 different tiers, and then the other one was like double chocolate with banana. Yeah.
Oh,
they're
that
pretty
shit
yummy.
was determined to be gone. Damn.
Yeah, they were pretty yummy. Yeah. So I saw you guys' video on Instagram about when you use the restroom in high school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So
Was this in high school?
No, it wasn't in high school.
Okay.
Oh.
But it happened to me in a public place.
What?
Yeah. Okay. So basically, I forgot what beach this was. It's not like the Huntington, Venice, like none of that. We were really, really far. But we were at a beach, and I remember I had to use the restroom. So I went to go find the restrooms, and they were like on the side of like the bridge where you walk to the bridge, and then you can see like the ocean, really pretty. So I remember I went into the restroom, and as I was walking towards the stalls, there was like 9 stalls. But as I was walking there, none of the stalls had doors. So it was literally just the toilet and 2 walls divided on all of them. And I was like, and I really needed to go to the restroom, you know? And I was like, oh my God, how do they not have doors on any of these stalls? So I ended up going to the very last one, you know? Because I was like, I'm gonna go to the last one. That way, if anybody else comes, like, I'm all the way to the end.
Go to the first one. So.
Yeah, I'm all the way to the end. And there was a door on the other side too. But on the other side of the beach, I didn't see any tourists or nothing going on. It was mostly on the other side that there was like things to do, like picnic tables, all that stuff, right?
Okay.
So I need to go to the restroom, and then I put my pants down, you know, I squat because I didn't want to sit on the toilet, because it was those toilets where it was just, you know, like those metal toilets.
Yeah,
where
I get you.
Just so gross. And I was like, do I really need to go? But I was like, yes, I do. So I pulled my pants down, you know, and as I'm like trying to squat and like get my position and like concentrate to like use the restroom, I hear like this other like lady come, this woman, and she's really loud, like she's kind of speaking gibberish, and I just hear like pa pa, and like she's talking loud, and I'm like, oh my God. And I like kind of stopped my pee like mid. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna wait for her to like go in a stall. And no, I hear her voice like coming closer and closer, and I'm like, God, please stop coming closer. I just hear the voice come closer, right? So then all of a sudden, like, she passes me, and I'm kind of like looking up, and I feel like she's gonna keep walking, because I'm the last stall until you exit to the door, right? So basically, she passes me halfway, and I feel like she sees me, so she pretty much like looks at me, takes a step back. Like, how do I describe this to you? Okay.
So she goes forward.
Like, this is
she sees you on the side?
Yeah, okay, you're on the toilet, right? And she's walking. So she goes like that. She sees me, and then she goes like this.
She looks at you?
Yeah. She literally just goes like that. Like, she literally...
Man, she was like, no.
She
faces me and just like stares at me like... And I'm just like still squatting.
You're
haven't
like,
finished peeing.
Hi.
And she's like... She's like a homeless woman. She has like backpack, like así toda, like she's not all there. And then she's just like looking at me, like staring at me, like just así nomás. And I'm like, can you please go to a different stall? Like, I'm peeing. Like, can you please like leave? And then she's like, she tells me her name, and then she's like, where are you from? What's your name? Some shit like that, right? And I was like hella uncomfortable. And usually this is the type of stuff I'll record, but my phone was dead. So I had my phone there, and I was like, wow, one of these moments, like, they'd be really good for like a story time, you know?
Content.
Yeah,
Content
And my
creators.
My phone was dead, and nobody came to the restroom with me, so they were all outside, you know? And so I was feeling very vulnerable, you know, obviously have my freaking pants down, still squatting. I still haven't finished peeing. She was not leaving, so I continued to pee. I peed. She was staring at me. I wiped, and I was so uncomfortable, dude.
She was still staring at you while you wiped?
Yeah, and I
That's
just
weird.
peed.
That's fucking
Super
weird.
weird and uncomfortable, dude. I was like, no manches, dude. I literally came to the last stall thinking, I'm gonna
I'll
be
be
safe.
alright.
Fuck
I'm
no,
gonna be
I wasn't.
safe.
I wasn't safe. And yeah, dude, I finished peeing, and then she was talking her gibberish, and then I just like left. And then I remember I went to go tell like my mom and like my family the story, and they were just like cracking up, like, oh my god, really? I was like, yeah.
Bro, I would have been so mad. I'm like, bro, get away.
Yeah, I was like, can you please go to a different stall? Like, can you
Shoot,
stop
huh?
staring at me while I'm peeing? And no, but you know, sometimes like they're not all there.
Yeah.
And also, I just felt vulnerable, and I'm like, I don't know what she has. Like, I don't even have my pants up. Like,
Yeah.
¿qué voy a hacer si me hace algo aquí?
Like me.
She runs out all butt naked.
Yeah, like, yeah, and I peed, and then
I would have been like, can one of my homies come watch, you know, the stall while I use it?
yeah, well, it's because I really had to go to the bathroom, and I'm thinking that there's gonna be freaking doors in these stalls,
Yeah.
and there was no doors,
That is-
and I didn't want to go back.
I
'cause
feel like
really
you always
needed
gotta go as a pair
Yeah.
all the time.
I wonder
Yeah.
why the fuck there's no doors. I wonder why they took them off.
I feel because like there was like homelessness over there. That
Mm.
probably if there's doors, maybe there's gonna be homeless people that try to stay in there or sleep or like do drugs in there. So I feel like maybe if there's no doors,
It wasn't
can't really
made
do
for the
something.
female though.
no, probably not.
Damn, that's fucking.
But yeah, that's a random. Like when I saw it, I just randomly remembered that story that happened
Yeah?
to me a long time
When you
ago.
watch the
Yeah.
video, you're like,
I was like, I remember that one time where that woman just like stared me down, and I had to pee. I had to go. I had to continue.
Imagine you were taking a shit instead.
Fuck, that would have sucked. That would
That
have
would've
been
been-
terrible.
Oh my
God,
like,
that
what's
would've been
Imagine.
horrible.
Oh,
what's
thank God,
that
I just
smell?
needed to pee.
That's crazy.
Hell no.
"Damn, girl."
What I
Yeah.
would have done for the first once I heard her come out, I'd be like, it's occupied over here. Don't come over here. It's occupied. Don't come over here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no.
you should learn my trick that I do.
What is it?
I'll be playing TikTok while I'm like sitting down. Oh, but your phone was
My
dead.
phone was dead.
I
Yeah.
would have been like, ugh.
Yeah.
That's what I do every time. Someone knocks, I'll be like,
Yeah. My phone was dead, or I would have like
My
called
throat.
someone or recorded her, because I'm like, no one's gonna believe this story.
you should have whistled.
I can't even whistle.
You know how to whistle?
I would have been like banging on the floor, like, oh man, crazy day, huh?
Man, this pee
No, it was
is
so
feeling
awkward. It
good.
looked evil. Like, you know, sometimes like when they're, you don't know what people are gonna do when
You
they're
lucky
like on drugs.
drugs.
Yeah.
Imagine the lady.
No, like literally, just look at her. Like she was like just like.
Was-
I'm like not even like I'm just like. She's like.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Was she like a white lady, Mexican lady?
No, she was like African American. She had like dreads, like a big black like hoodie with her backpack and like pants and así nomás, así.
Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Ooh, that's
So,
weird.
yeah.
That's scary. That's honestly kind of scary. I would have been like,
Random
please
ass.
go wait.
No, I'm like, hey. So you do OFs,
I
right?
do.
Has there been like anybody message you like a weird request to do anything?
Any fetishes?
There's a lot of fetishes out there. Like besides foot fetishes, I've gotten like armpit fetishes. People that are really, really into armpits.
But like,
what
how,
the
like,
freak?
like, what
They
did they want you to do? Like, just take a
Yeah,
picture?
yeah.
Or
I
like
had
they
requests
want you to be
where
like,
this guy paid me, I think it was like $100, and I sent him like a bundle of like a bunch of different poses of. He sent me like samples of how he wanted me to pose with my armpit. So I made sure I shaved my armpit and then
That's
just
crazy.
like the different poses. Yeah, some people are into armpits, belly buttons is another one. Yeah.
That's weird.
I know
a
some people are like into like you selling your underwear to them.
Yeah,
Like, clothes that you
I
worn.
that's one of my things. I do that.
Yeah.
dang, that's weird.
What?
Yeah.
Be honest.
Be honest.
They're brand new. They're brand new.
You
huh?
bought them,
I buy
huh?
them off Amazon. Yeah, because I only have like 6 different colors I could choose from, and I buy them off
Right.
Amazon. And yeah,
Spray cologne and then sell. You don't even put them on. Huh? You just sell
for
'em.
perfume, and I ship them in like this little bag and then another black bag. It's really like discreet shipping.
Yeah.
And they basically pay for like it's $150, and basically my
150?
underwear- Yeah. Which is cool because like I can buy
These
like
people
another
are
like, 6 packs of
crazy.
underwear from Amazon for that,
Yeah,
and they
that's
get like a
crazy.
picture of me like wearing the underwear or like a little video. You know, that way they know like. You know.
Guys, we're in the wrong industry.
They went the
Yeah.
wrong. That's
I know.
crazy.
I know it's
good.
crazy. I know some people probably think it's weird, but
You know,
yeah.
I could just
That's
picture
funny,
like,
bro.
in
That's
this
hustle.
time you can
That's
make money
hustle.
out of everything.
You think we can
Anything.
make it in the industry?
Honestly, I feel like everyone can.
Yeah.
Anyone, yeah. As long
You
I
have
feel
to
like
have, like,
honestly, dude, no. Honestly, consistency in anything is gonna be like talent. Yeah, like someone can be like
Nice.
less talented than you, but they're consistent and they're, you know, doing it. they can outbeat you even if you have more talent.
That's what happened
That's
to
true.
IE and friends. They outbeat us because they were consistent.
You guys are consistent too. What are you talking about?
Now
we
we
used
are.
to be like
Look
one
at-
every 4 months.
Look at our like dates when we have people on. It's like
We'll
That's
be
how people
consistent,
were.
and then we'll stop for like a good like 4 months or 5 months. And
Yeah.
then
look at on the 5th. We went from the 5th to the 7th. That's
But
bad.
it's not about
But it's
us.
fine, dude. As long as
and
you
the
guys are
7th to
still
the
here.
9th.
And then the 7th to the 9th.
9, 10, 10.
But it's
10,
not about
11.
us. It's not about us.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I could just picture like say like you and me are friends, right? And like I get a package and you ask me what's in the package. Oh, I bought underwear, like from a girl. What do you think that would be?
I feel like
weird?
this is a lot
I don't know
like
what
single
they do
men,
with
huh?
them. Single man, married man, shit.
Think so?
There's okay, there's been occasions. Okay, because look, I'm girl's girl. So if there's somebody that subscribes to me that I personally know, like the girl, and she's like my friend, and I find out like her man is subscribed to me, like I'm gonna go and tell like the girl. And that's happened to me on 2 occasions. And I'm like, bro, some guys are so, I'm sorry, but dumb. Like they literally put their actual name with their actual picture. I'm like, well, thank you for that. So I know that's you, you know?
Damn.
And then I'll literally like, I had an instance where there was a point where I had like a management helping me like answer messages back because that way I could like keep up.
You get a lot like that?
Yeah. Well, now I do them by myself.
Oh, okay.
I know you gotta pay for like to message.
Yeah, and honestly,
Damn, that's
well,
crazy.
yeah.
You gotta pay for everything.
I
They
used
pay.
to pay for like management, but I was like, no, fuck that. I'll just do it myself. I just have to be more strict with my schedule because I'd rather just keep like the whole money than like have to like give
Yeah,
money
like-
there, and then OnlyFans already takes a
And then she
percentage,
got
and
a
then
house now
taxes.
too.
Yeah, all that. But yeah, there was instances where there was this one time where this guy that was dating one of my friends, which I would see like every 2 weeks, I guess was messaging me, and I didn't even know he was messaging me because like my management had started talking to him, so it wasn't even me. And then I ended up seeing that message, and I was like, what the fuck? He said something along the lines like, oh, are you gonna tell you know who, da da da. And then I saw the username in the picture. I was like, no way, this guy's like subscribed to me, like the audacity.
Damn.
So then I ended up telling like this girl, I sent her like just the screenshot and the messages, and that guy actually was living with her at the time, but I guess she was just waiting for like something else to happen to like kick him out, because I guess he had been like fucking up already. And so when that happened, he's like, thank you, girl, like this was literally the last thing I needed. And yeah, they literally she kicked him out, and yeah, now she's really happy with someone else. Yeah.
Well, thank you for coming. Really appreciate
Thanks
it.
for having
Making the
me.
drive and
Yeah,
spending your time
totally.
and coming here. Thank you for the chocolates.
De nada.
Chocolates.
Yeah,
Thank
look
you.
at that. Look
Enjoy
at
them.
this, guys.
I brought them chocolates.
Hey,
That's right.
Merry Christmas, by the way.
Merry
Merry
Christmas. That's right.
Christmas.
And Happy
Happy New
Year.
Year.
Happy New Year's.
Is
Yes.
this might be our last or no?
No, I was hoping to post this after Christmas
Nice.
or Christmas Day.
What?
But I'm talking about before the year. Are we gonna have one more episode?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have one more episode. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So this is yeah.
yeah.
So you're our second to last video.
Nice.
Yes.
Hey,
You wanna
look at that?
promote
Yeah.
yourself?
Give
You
me half
wanna
that. Give me half that.
you wanna
Promote
promote yourself? Say something to our supporters. Some advice.
Any of your
advice.
fans?
Hello supporters. Make sure to subscribe to their channel. Make sure to
Hello.
subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed yet. Subscribe, leave a comment down below, share this video. Follow me on social media at PKILLAAH, and remember to always do whatever your heart desires, because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die one day, and those who judge you don't pay your bills. So whatever you want to do, just go for it and stop caring what other people think, because they're not gonna be there to pay your bills at the end of the day. Okay, so do what you need to do.
All about
Everyone's gonna forget us one day. Literally, can you think about it? Do you guys remember your great grandparents? Probably not, but they existed one time.
bills.
Crazy, that's deep, right?
The one.
Deep.
I gotta
Under
go.
the
To,
top.
Do whatever you want to do in this life, okay?
That's crazy.
As long as you're not
Alright.
hurting anybody, just do what you gotta do.
That was
And
good.
be
That was probably our best.
that was
one.
good. That was good. I like
I've
that.
Been watching the videos.
Yeah.
Oh.
I try to believe in that. My mom has always told me, like, even after when I started like the OF, she's like, mira, mientras que no estés dañando a nadie and you're being safe, just do whatever you want to do, you know?
Well, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, check us out on Patreon, and make sure to go to our live show February 15 in LA. Buy your tickets now.
Moroccan Lounge.
Yes, and let's clap it up for Priscilla one more time. Yeah.
Yeah.